The article starts talking about the 2015 Nobel Prize for Chemistry that was awarded to Lindell, Modric, and Sankar for the discovery of DNA repair mechanisms. The article focuses on the phrases essential processes and DNA falls apart at a surprisingly fast rate as their main arguments for explaining how life was created by an omnipresent creator. The initial argument stated in the article is that after an organism dies, the DNA repair mechanism stops functioning, which causes the DNA to fall apart. The flaws in the article are the statements, "It should be obvious to all that DNA could have never arisen by natural processes, because even if it could happen, the DNA would be useless without the repair mechanisms to preserve it." And "No natural origin could explain either the coded information storage system of DNA or the highly ordered sequence of information on the DNA that specify how to make the protein components of life." The problem with the first flawed statement is that DNA repair mechanisms are not used to preserve DNA and is not what keeps DNA together. DNA repair mechanisms are used to fix mutations in the DNA in order to prevent apoptosis or to ensure correct protein is created. Apoptosis is programmed cell death that occurs when cells are impaired by DNA damage. Being able to fix a section of the DNA is more viable of an option than to kill a whole cell. Also, when there is a mutation to the DNA, that means the RNA created from the mutated DNA will be wrong as well as the protein created from the RNA. So, if there is no DNA repair mechanisms, the DNA will not fall apart, but instead may have more mutations and cell apoptosis may occur. The problem with the second flawed statement is that there are explanations to the highly ordered stored DNA that creates protein. The framework to how DNA encodes for proteins is explained by the central dogma theory. DNA undergoes transcription to create RNA, and that RNA undergoes translation to create peptide strands that are folded into proteins. This topic is a concern to society in general, not because of this article's support of a god, but rather that it claims there's no explanation for how DNA can create protein in a natural way. This is misleading because there is numerous research publications that show how the central dogma works, and through transcription of DNA and translation of RNA, proteins can be formed. This is important because it shows that diseases such as cystic fibrosis and sickle cell anemia that have more obvious changes in protein are caused by the genes that are left in the mature mRNA to be expressed.